Hello and welcome to Top of the Ninth. Let's recap what happened today in Major League Baseball on May 30th, 2023. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe for more videos. First place Texas Rangers, winners of 8 of the last 10, visited the 25 and 27 Detroit Tigers as the Tigers looked to rebound after yesterday's 5-0 loss to them. Unfortunately, that did not happen as the Rangers ran out 10-6 winners today in a high-scoring affair. Both starters allowed 6 runs each and couldn't get out of the fifth inning as the game was 7-6 through 6 innings. The Rangers then put away when Josh Young hit a mammoth 430-foot 3-run homer in the seventh, as the Rangers are now 35 and 19, while the Tigers fall to 25 and 28. Josh Young was a standout today as he hit that homer and went 3 for 5 today. The 24 and 29 Padres took on the 28 and 26 Miami Marlins and their ace Sandy Alcantara, who just swept the Angels in a three-game series. Final score of this one was 95 Padres as the Marlins were winning 4-2 through 6 innings behind a Jorge De La Cruz home run before Alcantara started off the seventh, allowing 2 runs to tie the game due to Tatis and Soto hitting RBI singles back-to-back. This would remain tied going into the ninth inning when the Marlins decided to put in Dylan Floro, and he would walk Tatis and Soto to start the inning before Bogart scored Tatis with a single. Soto would score on an error next batter before Matt Carpenter double made it 8-4 before Floro got pulled without getting one out. Red hot Baltimore Orioles took on Cal Control and the third place Cleveland Indians. Control would struggle, allowing all 8 runs in the 8-5 Orioles victory. This game was over in the second as Anthony Santerre hit a bases loaded triple to make it 6-0, and he would finish the night going 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs. Kyle Gibson pitched 5 2/3 of 3-run baseball for the Orioles, and reliever Yunier Cano pitched an inning and a third to lower his season ERA to a microscopic .93 ERA, and Bautista got his 14th save of the season. NL Central leading Milwaukee Brewers and Adrian Hauser, who came into the game with a 2.25 ERA, went north to take on the Toronto Blue Jays. The Brewers would start with a 2-0 lead due to William Contreras hitting a 2-run homer in the first, but their offense would be shut down for the rest of the game. Blue Jays answered with 4 of their own first inning runs, would score another 3 in the second and third to make the final score 7-2. The Blue Jays only allowed 4 hits in total as the Jays started Kikuchi, who pitched 5 innings, allowing just the 2 runs. Vlad Jr. and Alejandro Kirk each had 3 hits to lead the Blue Jays to victory. Rafael Devers and the Red Sox played their first game in the series versus the Cincinnati Reds, fresh off their 3-game division rival sweep of the Chicago Cubs. The Reds ran out 9-8 winners in an exciting game as the Reds starter Ben Lively pitched 5 2/3 shutout ball, and the Reds would go up 8-0 in the seventh due to a Jose Barrio grand slam. Entering the ninth, down 9-3, the Red Sox somehow managed to score 5 in a row to bring it 9-8 after 6 straight hits. The Reds would then bring in their closer Alexis Diaz for the last 2 outs and would strike out Tristan Casas to end the game with the tying run on. Division rival New York Mets and Philadelphia Phillies took on each other for the first time this season. This would be a great pitching duel as the Mets shut out the Phillies 2-0 behind Ricky Kodai Senga's 7 inning of one-hit ball with 9 strikeouts. The Mets would take the lead in the fourth thanks to a Francisco Lindor solo shot, and the Mets scored in the seventh off an error by the Phils. Bryce Harper sat this one out as Cody Clemens and Josh Harrison got the only 2 hits for the Phillies, while closer David Robinson shut down the ninth and got his ninth save for the Mets this season. It's the battle for Missouri as Zach Greinke and the Royals took on the 24 and 32 St. Louis Cardinals with Miles Michaelis starting for the Cards, fresh off of 7 shutout innings last start. Michaelis would continue his scoreless streak as the Cardinals won 2-1 with Michaelis pitching 8 shutout innings, allowing only 3 hits and 10 strikeouts. Greinke pitched 5 scoreless as well, and the game would remain scoreless until Ellen Arenado hit an RBI double in the sixth to take a 1-0 lead. Nolan Gorman would get his team-leading 41st RBI on a sac fly in the eighth, while closer Giovanni Gallegos left a run in the ninth, but held on to the victory. MLB best Tampa Bay Rays and ace Shane McClanahan, who came into today's game undefeated with an 8-0 record and a 1.97 ERA, visited the Chicago Cubs and Kyle Hendricks, who was making his second start of the season. McClanahan would pitch 5 2/3 innings, striking out 7, allowing only 2 runs, but would pick up his first loss of the season as the Cubs ran out 2-1 winners. Nico Horner would homer on the first pitch McClanahan threw, and they would score their second run in the sixth inning when Mike Tauchman hit an RBI single to score Ian Happ after he doubled earlier in the inning. Paul Hendricks didn't get the win, but he pitched 5 innings of 1 run ball as he threw 75 pitches in his second start since July last year. The Angels took on the struggling White Sox, who came into this game losing 4 of their last 5. The White Sox looked to turn around their bad form as they won 73 thanks to former third overall pick Andrew Vaughn hitting 2 doubles and 3 RBIs. Luke Giolito pitched 5 innings for the Sox, allowing 3 runs, while Luis Robert had a good offensive night as well, going 3 for 4 to continue his good year. Mike Trout went 0 for 4, but Shohei Ohtani went 1 for 4 with a homer for his 13th bomb of the year, but wasn't enough to overcome a bad Tyler Anderson start. The Twins and their breakout starter Joe Ryan, who came into the night with a 2.21 ERA, faced the red-hot Houston Astros after their extra inning affair the previous night against each other. In a high-emotion game, Ryan struggled, allowing 5 runs in 4 innings in his first start of the year, and is now 7-2 for the year as the Astros ran out 5-1 winners. Astros shortstop Jose Pena got into an argument with home plate ump that saw his hitting coach get ejected in the third inning. The Astros scored all 5 of their runs in their second and third innings as Alex Bregman and McCormick both hit homers in the second, and Bregman had another big hit in the third as he hit a 2-run single, while Brandon Bielik pitched 5 2/3 innings, allowing only 1 run and 3 hits. We had a divisional matchup that featured the 24-31 Colorado Rockies, who got to face NL Cy Young frontrunner Zach Gallen in the Diamondbacks tonight. Gallen would prove why it's his award to lose as he went 6 shutout innings, striking out 10 as Arizona won 5-1. Miguel Marte led off the game with a solo blast, and Evan Longoria hit a monster 450-foot homer in the first as well as they took a 3-0 lead after one. Rookie Corbin Carroll later added to the lead with a solo homer in fifth, while the Rockies' only run came in the ninth when Nolan Jones hit a solo blast that didn't mean much. MLB worst Oakland A's, who snapped their 11-game losing streak yesterday, faced the NL East leading 32-22 Atlanta Braves. The A's would shock everyone, winning their second straight game against Atlanta by walking them off and winning 2-1. In a great pitching duel, Braves starter Bryce Elder went 7 1/3 innings, allowing 1 run, while A's starter JP Sears went 6 innings, allowing 1 run as well. Kevin Pillar started the scoring off with a solo shot in the third before A's speedster Esteury Ruiz tied the game with an RBI single in the fifth. In the ninth inning, with the game tied, the Atlanta Braves brought in pitcher Raisel Iglesias, who walked the bases loaded with 1 out before Austin Riley couldn't make a play at third to throw the runner out at home as the A's won to now become 12-45. What looked to be a great pitching matchup, it was Logan Gilbert and the Seattle Mariners facing the Yankees and Nestor Cortez. Nestor Cortez held up his end of the bargain, pitching 5 innings, allowing 2 runs, while Gilbert took the loss, allowing 5 runs in 4 innings as the Yankees won 10-2. Aaron Judge hit his AL leading 18th homer today as Greg Allen and rookie Anthony Volpe each hit homers as well in full-out victory. The Yankees been hot and are now 34-23, while the Mariners are now only 1 game above 500 and fourth in the crowded AL West. Next, we had the Pittsburgh Pirates, who were looking to make it back to 500, versus the San Francisco Giants, who didn't want May to end as they are 17-10 this month. The Pirates, however, won 2-1 behind a Connor Joe first inning homer and a throwing error by pitcher Sean Manaea in the fifth that saw the Pirates score those 2 runs. Pirates only allowed 5 hits tonight as they stopped the Red Hot Giants, who got their only run in the first off of an RBI single. Pittsburgh now find themselves back at 500 at 27-27 in a surprise season, while the Giants are 28-27. Lastly, we have the NL West leading Dodgers who took on the last place Nationals in their second game of the series. The Dodgers unsurprisingly beat the Nats 93 as it was a first place team versus last place. Dodgers hit 3 homers, highlighted by Josh Hayward night, where he went 2 for 2 with 2 walks and homers, which was truly excellent. Tony Gonsolin pitched 6 innings of 1 run ball for the Dodgers as the first place Dodgers are now 34-22.